Hey, this is Dustin Neely, founder of Coaching for the Rest of Us, and I'm here with my good buddy and coachee, James Miller. James is a church planter. He'll be going out in just a few months to begin this work, but we've already begun our coaching relationship. So James, why don't you tell the guys a little bit about some of the benefits that you've already experienced in this coaching relationship?
Sure. I think the greatest value in having a coaching relationship is just having the opportunity to talk with someone who's a little bit further down the road in life and in ministry and has really already wrestled with a lot of the questions and that I'm asking. And the beauty of it is that in that coaching relationship, you're able to interact and you can speak truth into my life and offer wise counsel into the things that I'm working through in a way that you just can't get in any other format.
Well, take us a little bit further on that, because somebody could be watching this and say, well, look, I can read a book or I can go to a conference. What makes this kind of relationship special?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I've read a lot of books and been to a lot of conferences, and those things are valuable. But something that I think is different about this kind of relationship is that when you and I are talking about something that I'm wrestling with or going through, you can speak in my life in a very specific way, either because I've offered that to say, hey, this is something I'm struggling with, this is something that I've already worked through, or an issue that I'm just having a hard time applying the gospel to, and you can speak into that in a very specific way, whereas someone who's speaking to 1,000 people or writing a book for hundreds of people to read, they're just not going to have the opportunity to speak that specifically into that situation. So that kind of relationship is really invaluable.
That's good. Well, for the guy who hears that, and maybe we've sold them on the concept, they can see its value, but they would say, I don't know if that's worth money, or I don't know if that's worth my time. How would you help them deal with that?
Sure. On the money issue, I mean, you're going to have inputs into your life. You're going to be reading books, you're going to be purchasing tickets to go to conferences, you're really having input into your life in some form or fashion. And I would say that the lessons that I've learned through our conversations are things that I would have a hard time putting a value on. They've been so helpful, and it's definitely worth your money. And when it comes to your time, I think having that kind of relationship where there's clear parameters as to what you want to accomplish and goals that you set, you're going to pack more into that small segment of time than you would, for example, at a conference where you're going to travel, spend time in the hotel, listen to multiple sessions, and in some cases spend a whole weekend away from your family, whereas you can have a very specific conversation in a much shorter amount of time.
That's good. Well, bro, I look forward to the road ahead and what the Lord's going to do with you. Thanks.